Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Javier with The Real Javier Novoa, a channel, a platform, and a modality where we apply the principles of interiorism to living free in 2025. And you create your luck, so to speak, you create your enthusiasm, but by all accounts, 2025 is an incredible year. There are many people who are enthusiastic due to it being declared a Jubilee year, due to recent events, geopolitical events. Mark Andreessen, who is a tech ideologue and someone who actually wrote the Techno Optimist Manifesto, which we've talked about before, and we can continue to talk about it in the vein of AI and people being nervous about new technologies, so on and so forth. He provides a great antidote for that. But he recently had an interview with the Hoover Institute that was entitled "It's Morning Again in America." And of course, we know that all of these exterior circumstances have nothing to do with our inner state of being. And you can create that enthusiastic inner state of being anytime you want, at will, on demand. And we have given and will continue to give techniques for that. But if you're just getting started in enthusiasm, if you've had a bad year, or if you haven't achieved everything that you wanted to over the last few years, this is definitely a great time for a reset. So we are rededicating, refurbishing, relaunching, so to speak, our channel to help us get rich in 2025, guys. Get free in 2025, or at least have a very firm launching pad to that. And so what we want to do is we want to start or continue, as we have been doing over the last month, going into the principles of my philosophy of interiorism, which is basically the perennial philosophy that's boiled down in a way that is very easy to practice. It goes down to its essentials. It boils itself down to its essentials, and we want to make those easily applicable by you so that you can get started immediately without having to get stuck in a lot of the quandaries that you might have to by overcomplicating things and over-intellectualizing things. And the title of this very short demonstration, this video, it's following on the videos that we've done over the last few segments on practical interiorism, and this is going to be called Play It, Don't Plan It. You see, a lot of us have been planning. A lot of us have grown up and have been taught in the various educational institutions that we've gone through that you must plan, that you've got to plan the details, that you've got to get very detailed, and that you've got to then work that plan. And if something doesn't go according to plan, that's considered a setback. Well, Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the damn mouth, so to speak. Once you get punched in the mouth, that plan is blown up. That's why a lot of self-help teachers, including David Allen, the founder of the GTD program, who we've interviewed on this channel, you can go back and watch that interview, and others talk about the fact that when it comes to planning, you've got to be very flexible. So what we say in interiorism is play it, don't plan it. And that can look the same because it could both be done either on a computer, on a piece of paper, or right here in your imagination as you visualize. You could plan something, which means this needs to go this way and I rigidly have to do this, or you can play it. And of course, playing it means going about it playfully, doing thought experiments. Einstein and the great scientists would always do this. They would do thought experiments. And we're going to demonstrate a little bit of this to you in this video. But I've been reading of late a book that's been out for 10 years, and I never encountered it before until I saw on the Tim Ferriss podcast this gentleman, Greg McKeown, being interviewed. And he actually founded a system called essentialism. Of course, it sounds a lot like interiorism. And of course, there are a lot of things that I don't agree with in his book. He is still partially in that by you mentality, as opposed to you. You have the four modalities: to you, which is the victim mentality, then by me, which is I have to do everything. Then you go through me, which everything is happening through me. That's where interiorism is. And of course, on the pinnacle of that spiritual hierarchy is as me, where you recognize yourselves as the divine. It's a journey that we're all on continuously. It's what the Orthodox will call theosis. But he has a lot of great points in the book, and there are a lot of principles that actually have helped me solidify the principles of interiorism. And he talks about play in his book. And he says some very good things, and I just want to read over a few passages. He says, the majority of us were not formally taught how to play when we were children. We picked it up naturally. So it's a natural thing. Think of a group of children unleashing their imaginations, playing make-believe games together. Imagine a child in a state of what Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi calls flow, as he constructs his own mini-kingdom out of a bunch of old cardboard boxes. But then as we get older, something else happens. We are introduced to the idea that play is trivial. Play is a waste of time. Play is unnecessary. Play is childish. Unfortunately, many of these negative images come from the very place where imaginative play should most be encouraged, not stifled. And he goes into another fascinating topic, and we've talked about it in past videos. You see, Aristotle and the Greek philosophers were born out of a time of leisure. You see, leisure is necessary. Although in our hustle society, in our go-getter society, it's been taught, no, leisure's bad, you should be working all the time. Even Elon Musk and others portray this, you must work 100 hours a week and so on and so forth, 20 hours a day. But if there's no time for leisure, where do the good ideas come? And most importantly, how do you know that you're headed in the right direction? He says the word school, this is Greg McCown says, is derived from the Greek word skole, which means leisure. Yet our modern school system, born in the Industrial Revolution, has removed the leisure and much of the pleasure out of learning. Sir Ken Robinson, who's a great educator, who's made the study of creativity in his schools his life's work, has observed that instead of fueling creativity through play, schools can actually kill it. We have sold ourselves into a fast food model of education, Sir Ken says, and it's impoverishing our spirit and our energies as much as fast food is depleting our physical bodies. Imagination is the source of every form of human achievement, and it's the one thing that I believe we are systematically jeopardizing in the way we educate our children and ourselves. Anyway, talks about play. He goes into the next chapter talking about sleep, which is equally as important. It is very important to get a good amount of sleep. A lot of success people say, no, I'll sleep when I'm dead, and sleep just 4 hours a day. No, you need to prioritize sleep. You need to prioritize your self-care, and then from that, you're going to accomplish more in 1 hour than many do in 7 hours. But just about play. How do we do this, guys? Let's say you're planning your business. Play it, which means what? It's very simple. You can either do thought experiments, and you can do nonsensical thought experiments. In fact, Ludwig von Mises talks about in his work Human Action how the thought experiment is the specific tool of economics and all sciences of human behavior. Why? Because human behavior stems from human thought. So thought experiments are going to be the perfect platform for planning your business or anything business related. That's proven in the social sciences. So you can ask yourself, let's say you're trying to sell ice cream. And this is, don't listen to your teacher, don't listen to your parents who said, no, don't play, you need to get to work on this. Don't listen to your boss who says, no, I need you to focus and get to work. Do whatever inspires you, and it's going to yield results, I promise. That's the way all the creative geniuses did it. That's the way Einstein did it. So you can ask yourself, let's say you're selling ice cream. How could I, sell ice cream to extraterrestrials? Imagine I was on Mars. And then just follow that thought experiment. And I promise you, if it's inspired, if it's something that came to your mind, don't copy this video. It's got to be something that comes to your mind spontaneously. I promise you, if you follow that through, you're going to get several insights. Are you going to actually sell ice cream to extraterrestrials? Probably not. But you're going to get great insights that then will spark another pathway to where you'll then get actual results. I hope you understand me just a little bit. In the interest of making this video short, I just want to go into one other aspect of this play. The military does it, guys. If you read military biographies, you read about generals, the majority of their time is spent in strategizing. And the majority of strategizing is done through tabletop exercises and war games. And we have a perfect tool to do that right now for free that you can access, ChatGPT. So what you do, let's say you're trying to run your business. You put in the parameters to ChatGPT and you say, give me a tabletop exercise. My business parameters are this, my funding is this, my budget is this, and my potential market is this. Now show me how this would actually be executed and all of the different pathways in reality. Press enter, and then you can play those scenarios. Then you correct whatever's wrong, you play the scenario again until you're ready to actually launch it, guys. And you haven't planned. You see, planning is rigid. Planning is saying, I've got to sell this ice cream to this population. If I don't, it's a failure. And I have to follow this step and this step. Well, you don't know the steps yet. Allow the universe to fill in the steps. And it ties in very nicely with Neville Goddard. You envision the end, and then allow all that to fill out. That is going to be filled out through playing, not planning. So this is just a short video. How do we apply interiorism to management, to life, and to getting free, guys? Play it. Use all of the free tools available to you. Use your imagination. Use your language and play it out. And don't execute until you're inspired, and that inspiration will come, and you're going to see how smoothly everything flows. Thanks a lot, guys, from the Interiorist Cafe, from the Real Javier Novoa headquarters here in Dallas, Texas. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing the videos. If you have any questions for me or would like to experience one-on-one coaching, please do email me. I will put it in the description. Please do subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Until very soon, guys, this is Javier with the Real Javier Novoa, bidding you a very good weekend.